strives to improve their sustainability every day. They have improved office buildings and have incorporated new technology into their transportation that has saved energy and money for the SEPTA company. Aside from the financial benefits for their company, they want to make Philadelphia more conscious of their sustainable efforts by encouraging them to use their cars less and to use public transportation. SEPTA is working with Greenworks Philadelphia because cars are becoming a bigger competition to public transportation, more now than ever before, and SEPTA needs an edge. They decided sustainability is the way to go because they improve their city and their company.
Hey guys, my name is Ralph Branch. I've been a SEPTA employee for 17 years. Philadelphia native for all of my life. I commute back and forth to work by bike, and when I'm not on my bike, I'm using SEPTA buses, trains, or trolleys to get around the system. Never on the car. One of the things I'm particularly proud of being a Philadelphian is the green initiative that the city has put in place, and the city is making a really big effort to go green. SEPTA is also. One of the things at our location, we just recently began getting, within about a year or so, the new hybrid buses, and they're a pleasure to drive. You know, they're a lot cleaner than the old buses. They smell better. They perform a lot better because from about 0 to 15 to 20 miles an hour, they're running completely on electric. So there's no emissions, no harmful emissions going into the environment. With SEPTA, you've seen the increase in the ridership because of the increase in gas prices and whatnot. And I've noticed, that of course as a bus driver, we pick up a lot more passengers. And a lot of people who have gotten on the buses, they comment how much better the buses smell, how cleaner they are. And even when I'm sitting at the end of the line, I've had people come up to me and they're like, "Is your bus running? Because I don't see any fumes coming out of the exhaust in the back and whatnot." And I explain to them, the type of bus that it is and how it actually performs and makes the environment better.
The sustainability team tries to get the green message out there by making people more conscious about the toxins that they are emitting into the atmosphere by driving to work every day. Also, greenhouse gas emissions produced by diesel is offset by the displacement of greenhouse gas emissions by taking cars off the road, reducing congestion, and supporting energy-efficient, transit-oriented development. SEPTA displaces approximately 3 metric tons of regional greenhouse gas emissions for every metric ton it emits. When residents leave their car at home and use SEPTA, the entire region stands to benefit. SEPTA is working to make our city a better place to live by working to use less energy and emit less nitrogen oxide into the air to improve regional air quality. DVRPC reports the flaws in the rail system. For example, the train station locations are dated and often located away from cities and employment centers. DVRPC reports on the shift from transit to car use. From 1980 to 2000, during this time, there was an increase of 37% of car users, and vehicle miles traveled increased from 7% to 52%. DVRPC drew the conclusion that if SEPTA could re-centralize their transit hubs, they could return population and jobs to the region's developed areas. I interviewed Joseph Hacker, who works in the Office of Transit, Bicycle, and Pedestrian Planning.
My interactions with SEPTA are institutional in terms of I'm helping, I work with them on projects that we share an interest in, which would be that, there's a couple ways. I'll give you 2 easy ones. As the Metropolitan Planning Organization, we provide technical assistance to our stakeholders, and in many cases, I would work with SEPTA, say if they were interested in some sort of project. I might help with some technical analysis, or we might actually do some work with them on some sort of technical analysis. For example, think of something like the 47 bus. They're looking at how to speed up the bus as a way to make it more efficient. And so we've done work with them. Some of the analysis, they do some of the analysis. We sort of go back and forth. You could think we support them. I think it's a good way to say it. Other way we work with them is so it reduces energy output by like 30%. That's the big thing we do. Other thing I want to say is that, to some degree, they do a lot of that kind of harmful emissions and waste of themselves, or they've taken on a strategic business plan which really emphasizes greening their services. Might go and we did a study. We work for them where, say, we do station surveys to determine where people are coming from to ride the trains. Might ride the buses to see where where problems are that are slowing buses down, or what are our facilities for the buses, like bus stops and those kinds of things, sidewalks that access bus stops. Are they where they should be to help customers get to them? Those kinds of things. So we can say we act as sort of like an extended research arm of theirs. There's one of the projects we're doing this year looking at old train lines and categorizing them for them. Like, are some of them, can they be reused, or what would it take to reuse them, or do we need them? Can we convert them to trails, that kind of thing. You're saving gas money, saving wear and tear in your car, and that kind of thing. But some of the things that we like to work towards is the idea that maybe, depending on where you live, you don't need two cars. You can get rid of a car, and then all of a sudden you go and walk to the station. And there's benefits we talk about with that. Like, there's health benefits from walking every day. There's financial benefits from not paying for the car, or not paying insurance on the car. And by riding SEPTA, you're certainly it certainly creates the more riders there are, it makes the system more efficient, helps support the system. That's sort of around. But I think that's the real benefit. Other benefits are less sort of solid. That's things like you can sleep on the train, you can't sleep in your car. Talk on your phone, you can work on your computer, you can do all kinds of other things when you're on the train that you couldn't really do in your car. I think those are some of the benefits there like that. Some of it's economic, and some of it is sort of time and social related.
Mm-hmm.
Social in the sense that you could read a book, or take close your eyes or something like that.
Transportation is the largest consumer of our energy because of automobile use. If public transportation were more prominent in the U.S., our transportation aspect and energy consumption would drop dramatically.